community activists chanted outside police headquarters this morning. They're accusing LAPD officers of racially profiling Black and Latino drivers.
Our families are impacted day in and day out of the terror caused by racist policing. We are here today, as we have been for decades, to demand a change to the institutional practices of racial profiling.
My name is Alberto Retana. I'm the president of CEO at Community Coalition. I'm proud to be an Atlantic Fellow for Racial Equity, largely because it was a program designed to target anti-Black racism. That really called to me, that was really important to me, especially as a non-Black Latino who's in deep solidarity with the Black community. I believe that Latinos, non-Black Latinos in particular, oftentimes miss the point. And a lot of immigrant rights works is really fundamentally important, but disconnects itself from the primary contradiction that this country rests on, which is the enslavement and continued oppression of Black folks. I arrived at Community Coalition as a youth organizer, and I've been here close to 20 years. Because I love South Central Los Angeles. I have a lot of love for the people of South Central Los Angeles that work so hard and get blamed for so much of our society's ill, and that's just unright, that's unfair, and it's why we do what we do. Community organizing is the basic idea that everybody has the capacity to lead, everybody has the capacity to change their community, and that we're better when we unite than working on our own. So what that means is that we empower the youth, the residents, people like Bruce Patton.
I've lived in these neighborhoods for 66 years. The neighborhood makeup was, I'd say, 99% white. By the time I was in the 5th grade, the vast majority of whites had left. In that period between junior high and high school, that's when cracks started coming to these areas. That's when I began to start noticing the actual violence touching home. The Community Coalition gives us a power. It gives us a closeness to the government. And yet, yes, we still have to shape their opinions.
2 years ago, Community Coalition was asked by the city of Los Angeles to host 100 dinners in a week to have conversations on race and racism. In a period where the White House is spewing a lot of hatred and a lot of rhetoric and a lot of division. These dinners were largely about bringing strangers together that didn't know each other to have an honest conversation, an uncomfortable conversation about race.
Those dinners, they allowed people to understand what this fight is about. My grandchildren, they're going to be the ones that are going to benefit from all this.
We want to continue to have the conversations, but we want to have an impact on actual policy. So an Office of Racial Equity would take up these issues and proactively work to fight them. And we really want to get a sense of what an office could do to address this in a much more meaningful way.
You know, let me ask this question. How has race shaped your life?
My dad, he works in like the produce markets in downtown. And so he's the one that said to me, he's like, look, Mija, you see the strawberry here. It comes from where our family is from, but they can't eat it because it's too expensive for them to eat.
It's just so obvious that I'm Black. Unlike any other race, my people don't have the privilege of always feeling proud about it. As brown people, y'all not so far removed from who y'all are.
Because I can point my roots to Mexico and Costa Rica.
Right.
But it's also a bit of an illusion because I can't tell you who my tribe is.
Mm-hmm. I would just say that even that is a privilege.
You're right, absolutely.
That's like a hardship for you. And I don't want to say, to you like it's a privilege for your people to even be able to tell you this is a strawberry that comes from where we come from. Like, we don't even know shit. Mm-hmm. A lot of the movements want Black people to join the brown movement, but they don't really be with what we got going on.
I agree with you. I think brown folks have serious issues around anti-Black racism. I feel your pain. I think that this is exactly why this conversation is important, and had you not raised it, I don't think it means that we're not being real. I just think you took us another level deeper that was really important.
The word says, I embrace this. This is important that we do this.
Thank you so much for your honesty and your courage to share. is a personal...
Pastor Kelvin Saul is a comrade and a friend. He's from South Africa. He's a partner of ours. He's an Atlantic Fellow. It's individuals like Pastor Saul that make Community Coalition run.
I can be at the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Crenshaw Boulevard. If I stand there and close my eyes, I can feel South Johannesburg. There's so many comparisons between these two communities by way of its beauty, comparisons by way of the pain. My work here in Los Angeles, involved connecting the sanctuary with the streets. And so Alberto and I started work on healing circles as a way to facilitate violence prevention.
One of the privileges of being an Atlantic Fellow was an opportunity to go to South Africa and participate in deep conversations. What does it mean to end apartheid, take over government, create a level of equality, but still be struggling with deep, deep income inequality? That was impactful, and it's something I struggle with today, like how we advance and build power, and actually it never ends. I would love to hear about Destination Crenshaw. How's it going?
The team is really taken to it. I really feel like they're inspired by just the entire mission of it.
It really is an opportunity to flip the script on gentrification.
Man, I mean, we have folks on the team that grew up on the street. They have memories about their first kiss over here, and now to see all that kind of just be stripped away, it's a frightening thing. So they're real passionate about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the check-in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Black communities across the country in urban centers are being displaced. There's an effort in Los Angeles to push back. And one of them is called Destination Crenshaw, which is a 1.4-mile outdoor museum. We are involved in an outreach effort to ensure that the community is aware of what's happening and to involve them. We've hired African Americans to represent the best of Black Los Angeles has to offer. So we're really excited about this effort and the impact that it's going to have.
Hi, how are you? And so what we're doing today is meeting people to share about the new art and culture museum that they're building to celebrate Black history. And it's called Destination Crenshaw. This is a project that's for us and by us. You know the wall? Yeah. Where Bethesda churches and Doolin's church, they're going to restore it and expand it to include Afrofuturism, to include dreams. And so that's what Destination Crenshaw is. You see how you kind of got that feeling? You're like, okay, it's us. And a lot of times there's no area where we're really talking about Black culture and Black excellence. And this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Thank you guys for your time.
Okay, thank you.
The American dream is being redefined as we live, and is being redefined by people of color. It's the story of we, it's the story of us, it's the story of community. It's the story of pulling each other up, not ourselves up. It's the way in which Black prosperity and success and brown success has advanced over the years. It's the only way it's been able to. It's just completely redefining what it means to be America.
We want to define the narrative of a future South Los Angeles.
It takes us one step closer to freedom.